MotorCast, the latest in automotive news. Brett Worth here with you, WBKR.com, each and every Thursday at 5:30. It's all brought to you by Diesel Up, Next Level Diesel Performance, 3247 Commerce Drive in Newburgh, Indiana. They're the guys to see for your light, medium, heavy-duty, and agricultural needs. Check them out online at diesel-up.com. Browse their inventory, and that's where we're going in just a little bit. National Name Your Car Day was today, unless you're listening to this at some other point. Then it was October 2nd. And there's a video up at WBKR.com, which features Rhonda the Ram, which is Chad's truck, Mrs. DeVille, which is my Cadillac, and Jacqueline's Winnie the Edge. Also, we got to name Dave Spencer's car, and I think we named it Sookie. Check out the video at WBKR.com. Last week we mentioned the Cadillac is splitting off from General Motors, moving to New York, and they're going to be their own company, which is pretty awesome. But what else is going to be happening? What about names? Cadillac's going to be staying, of course, but what about the model of their cars? How's that going to go? They're moving away from GM so they can start making their own decisions. Right now they have the XTS, CTS, ATS, the ELR, the SRX, and the Escalade. Now the majority of these vehicles, as we just mentioned, are a series of letters, except for the Escalade, which has held onto that name since 1999. What they're saying is they're going to drop the S off of these model names. So it'll just be the CT, the AT, and the XT. Not really too sure about the ELR right now, but maybe it'll just be the EL. What they're planning on doing is following the two letters with the number of cylinders that the car has in its engine. That kind of makes sense since that's what Mercedes and BMW do, competition. So it could be CT4, CT6, or CT8, which is basically the CTV, SV. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to think of right now. But oh well, more news on that as it rolls in. Let's talk speed. Lamborghini has come out with their first hybrid. It's really interesting how they give us these engine options and things like that, but they tack it onto an electric motor. It's just strange. Now, when you're just using the petrol engine on the new Lamborghini Hybrid, you can do 199 miles an hour, which is speeding. Now, if you're just using the electric motor, that can take you to 77 miles an hour, and you're still speeding. I understand. Okay, I get it. But who on earth is going to walk into a Lamborghini dealership and be like, do you have any hybrids? Looking for a hybrid. So we'll switch gears a little bit, talk about the Corvette, and compare it to the Bugatti Veyron, which is completely, utterly, and just absolutely ridiculously different, other than the fact that they go apocalyptically fast in a straight line. Corvette 0 to 60, 2.95 seconds, and the Veyron 0 to 60 is 2.4 seconds. That's 1/2 of a second slower than the Veyron for $1,921,000 less if you bought the Corvette. Also, the new Corvette accelerates at 1.2 G, which is just a little farther south than taking off in a Boeing jet. Pretty interesting. Now, I was driving on Frederica in Owensboro not too long ago, and I saw a car, and it just caught the corner of my eye. I was like, that's a Bentley. That's the kind of stuff I think about. And when I get to see a Bentley or a Lamborghini or a Rolls-Royce or something like that, it's fantastic. But it wasn't. That rare occurrence when you get to see those big $300,000 cars, and then it's ruined by a Chrysler 300C. Chrysler 300C came out sometime mid-2000s, and when they did this, they sort of based it off of the Bentley Continental. Some of these aftermarket companies even made attachments that made it look even more like a Bentley. Like they would sell a replaceable Bentley grille to put in the front, Bentley side mirrors, and even headlight attachments to make it look like a Bentley. I basically got rickrolled by a car because it had the headlight attachments on it. It looked just like a Bentley until you got up close to it and you're like, that's a Chrysler. I do not like plastic attachments on vehicles unless they make them go faster. Diesel Up can set you up with these types of parts, but it's not just about speed and power. It's about fuel economy as well. Let's talk about performance modules for a moment. State-of-the-art stuff out at the Diesel Up Garage, 3247 Commerce Drive in Newburgh, Indiana. Now, they can get you going on your Duramax, your Power Stroke, or your Cummins. Once the performance module is installed, you can adjust your vehicle's horsepower in 4 settings. You can keep it at stock, you can add 30, 60, or 90 additional horsepower to the ground. Now, I'm taking this off the website, and you can learn more at diesel-up.com. The module receives the data from the ECM inside of the car and optimizes the signal to the engine, improving the fuel efficiency and power. That's going to save you gas, roughly 30%. And the best part about this, the Truck Edition module comes with a lifetime warranty. Now we'll switch gears a little bit, talk about the new Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. It has an Italian 3-liter V6, and I've had the pleasure of driving one of these cars. That thing can scoot up the street. But here's the story. Apparently there's a pretty high demand for these things nowadays. Of all of the Ram 1500s that were sold, like the top-of-the-line 5.7-liter Hemi, the 4.7-liter V8, the 3.6 Pentastar, and the 3-liter V6 EcoDiesel, the EcoDiesel made up 10%. But as of lately, that number has started to climb, and soon is going to be at 20%. So who knows what it could be like in a couple years. Call it the Diesel Takeover, and we'll leave that sit. Big special thanks to our buddies out at Diesel Up, 3247 Commerce Drive. Check them out online, diesel-up.com, and we'll see you next week.